Many athletes don't realize that what you do within the first few minutes of crossing that finish line can determine how long it takes you to stop feeling sore. Don't get me wrong, you deserve to celebrate, but you also want to feel mentally and physically back to normal. So by the end of this video, you'll know a few things that you can do to feel better faster once that race is over. Hey, it's Coach Eric here, bringing you weekly training and racing tips to improve your off-road triathlon experience. So if you're new here, consider hitting that red subscribe button. It's totally free. And also check out in the link below, I'll put my off-road triathlon race day checklist to help reduce your race day stress. Now we are talking about post-race recovery. You thought everything was finished when you got that shiny finisher medal. Well, actually, when it comes to recovery, you're just getting started. What I don't recommend is immediately sitting down and stuffing your face with something like powdered donuts. We've all been there, or maybe a few of us have, but in seriousness, you're gonna wanna eat and drink are the two most important things. When you cross the finish line, they usually hand you some sort of sports drink. You probably don't feel like having that or whatever nutrition you've been taking, but number one most important thing is still try to drink, even if it's just water. Sip the water, carry the water, have whoever your friend or family is there carry water, but over that first 15-20 minutes, try to take in 12 ounces up to 24. It matters a little bit depending on how long your race was. The longer your race, the more you're going to want to keep hydrating. There's no way that you're able to hydrate and consume as many calories during the race as you burned, and so you're going to be in a deficit. So you definitely want to continue drinking, especially water. Along with the water, you want to keep eating. Anything that's really you're willing to stomach. A lot of people don't feel like eating much of anything, but try to get in some carbs, maybe a little bit of protein. It just depends on what the race offers, or you can bring something like a banana or try to get some fruit in general. To get some of those initial calories replaced. Try to consume, up to 200, many as 400 within that first 30 minutes after the race. That's your kind of major window, give or take. And then after that, you can eat, when you got those initial calories replaced, you can eat more of a regular meal within the first couple hours, which will also help with recovery. And then bouncing back to the drinking, after that initial consumption of 12 to 24 ounces, continue to sip water throughout the remainder of the day, or even some electrolytes, and continue drinking more than you normally would until your pee is clear. And at that point, you can back off and just drink when you're thirsty, or at the rate that you normally would. Really try not to sit down or lay down right after the race. If you're so exhausted, you do so initially. Try to gather yourself within a minute or two, get up, even if you need assistance, and walk around. Very slowly, just keep the body moving, 5 to 15 minutes, whatever you can tolerate. Even if you go to transition, get your stuff out of there, so that way you're actually accomplishing something, while you continue to walk, while you're sipping water, eating a few calories, and continue to keep those muscles working so that lactic acid doesn't just pool in the legs. You really will thank yourself later. You'll reduce some of that muscle fatigue and soreness. If you really do those three things for the first 15 to 20 minutes, is really the most important. You can do things throughout the rest of the day and even the next day, which I'll get to in a second, but that first 15-20 minutes, that's key. Do those things and you're on the right track. After that, go ahead and sit down, lie down and relax. Take some pictures, talk with your friends, family, other competitors. If it's a super sunny race, get into the shade. If it's wet, get into some dry clothes, some more comfortable clothes. That just makes me feel better just in general after a race. I'd throw on some compression socks. This is especially helpful if you're going to be driving several hours back home, or heading to the airport and then flying somewhere. Over the next couple hours, do some dynamic movements. Go for a couple more short walks, 5, 10, 15 minutes. Maybe take the dog out for the walk. Get some light massage, whether that's someone that you go to, or some some self-massage, through foam rolling. Now, depending on several factors, your fitness level, some of your goals for future races, how long the race was, and what kind of toll it took on you, will determine how quickly you kind of jump into the next few workouts. For example, I just finished an A race a week ago, so I have done nothing but walk around for the last 7 days. If it's a race mid-season or a shorter race, maybe you jump back into training right the next day. Talk to your coach. Maybe it's an easy swim. Maybe it's an easy spin on the bike. Maybe it's back to your normal schedule because it was treated like a workout and it didn't take that much out of you, and you've done the things to help you recover that we just discussed, so you can kind of jump right back into it. So depending on what your goals are, it could be a very short recovery or a good time for some downtime. And two other things I want to mention real quick that don't have to do with recovery but are really helpful post-race. Number one is wet wipes, for that quick shower when you don't have a shower afterwards. And then plastic bags for wet stuff, dirty stuff, just something easy to carry your race clothes in. So that's it for post-race recovery. Hopefully you are on the recovery road at this point. Congratulations on finishing your race. Can't wait to sign up for the next one. Please put a comment below and engage with the community on what helps you recover from races. Especially if there's something that wasn't in this video, that would be fantastic. New video next week, and until then, see you on the trails.